Da-da-da-da-da. Welcome to No Jumper. My name is Catfish Swagger Jacker.
And I'm Adam22. No Jumper is the coolest podcast in the world. And today we have arguably one of the coolest rappers in the world, Yung Gleesh, on air with us.
Shitbag shawty, what's up with y'all?
Shitbag shouty.
On some shit, man.
Hey, so let's get started with like your origin. You're from DC or what area of DC or what area that?
I'm from Northeast, Clean Side, 1A zone, man, 18 from Monroe.
Okay. And so what kind of area is this? Is this the projects? Is this just a grimy neighborhood?
It's residential.
Okay.
So old folks own their home, but we still be outside. You know what I mean?
And what kind of family did you grow up in?
My mother raised me, but my father was in the army, so boop out bank. I spent a couple years with him and shit. Not like consecutive, but like
Can you get the mic a little bit closer?
I spent like a couple years with him, not consecutively, but you know what I mean, like 1 year in Germany and shit, and then a couple months and shit.
How old were you when you did that?
I was 8, going on to 9.
Damn, and so do you remember this being like a very strange, life-altering experience, being like a young kid from the hood, just getting to go to Germany for a year?
Nah.
It didn't seem like that big a deal?
I ain't want to go. You know, they wanted to be like, oh, it's a life-changing experience and all that other shit. You know, I was like, I ain't feel like going, but, you know, I just dealt with it.
Yeah.
Were you living on base? On the military base?
Nah, we was going to school on base, but I wasn't living on base.
Do you have any weird memories of that time in your life?
We was fighting the Germans.
Wait, you were just getting in fights with the Germans?
The German kid, we got in fights with that.
Were you like the only black kid? Like,
I was going to say, there's probably not too many black kids.
It was a couple black kids, but I was tagging that. It was the antagonist and the shit. I don't know.
Tagging?
No, antagonizing.
Oh, antagonizing. Okay, yeah.
Like, yeah, out of all the black kids, I was the one that was the one with the most shit. You know what I mean? Like, I was the Bama. I was the biggest Bama in the crew.
So you an asshole since a young age?
Not necessarily an asshole. You know what I mean, I'm a cool guy, but I was just always on some Bama shit. You know what I mean?
What is
like,
Bama shit?
It's DC term for like Bama.
Crazy. Ratchet.
Say you rolling your J, say you rolling your weed, and I come through and just smack this shit. That's some Bama ass shit. Like that's some Bama ass. Like what the fuck you doing, man? That's some Bama ass shit. But then it ain't even gotta be towards your men. Like you could just be shooting at the club or something. That's some Bama ass shit. You Bama Ronaldo. The way you dress your clothes. That's some that's some Bama ass shit. What are those? That's some Bama ass shit. You know what I mean? Like it's some Bama shit. Like it ain't cool. It ain't. You know what I mean? Kobe said that ain't Geechee. You know what I mean?
I love that DC has its own subculture in hip-hop. You know, like a great thing that I want to talk about is GoGo music, because a lot of people don't even understand that, and you got your roots in GoGo,
A lot of
right?
kids were commenting, asking about that.
Yeah, a lot of kids don't know what GoGo. Explain it to the kids.
It's a percussion-based music. I guess when people would hear it, they would think it sounds like
funk, kind of.
Funk and mixed with reggaeton, because it got congos in it and timbales and, you know what I mean, stuff like that.
Would DJ Cool be considered GoGo? Let me clear my throat, because whenever I think GoGo, I think let me clear my throat. I think he was from DC too, but for some reason I always associate that being GoGo type music, like party music that everybody like.
I feel you. Nah, not necessarily. Any official GoGo head wouldn't classify that as typical GoGo. You know what I mean? GoGo is real. Old school used to be like more methodic. You know what I mean? Melodical, you know what I mean, with more melodies, and then the new school, like when I came up, was more rock band, punkish,
okay.
You know what I mean, everybody going crazy in that shit, you know what I mean, so it was a difference, but...
If you were going to tell somebody like me to go check out GoGo on YouTube or whatever, who is like the definitive artist or artists that I would probably have to go look at?
My band, T.O.B., Backyard Band, that's BYB, TCB, Raw Image. These just the joints that I grew up on. It was some bunch of shit other bands like that followed behind us, because we was like the Jackson 5 of the shit. Like everybody else was old heads and, you know what I mean, 30 and already had jobs and shit. We was 15, 14 coming out playing, you know what I mean, in shows.
So it was out of the ordinary that you were into that music at such a young age because it was mostly an older crowd?
Yeah, we were the first ones to come out at such a young age and do it like how we did it. You know
so you were making music from a super young age too?
Yeah.
What age and how did you start out?
We started at like 14. Just started out, wanted to be in the band, you know what I mean? Like, a bunch of other youngers were doing it, but nobody really took off with the shit like how we took off with this shit type shit, you know what I mean?
So you were experiencing success even at a young age with it?
Yeah, we was already on the radio since I was 15, 16.
On the radio?
Yeah, in my area.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so
what do you attribute to your success being that young? What made you guys blow up?
Cause I was there. Like, I always been a good luck charm type shit. It was always me and somebody else type, you know what I mean? And if me and somebody else link up on the same idea, we always accomplish it and shit. So me and Chris linked up and it was, you know what I mean? Like his drive and my, you know what I mean, spirit was in there. So, you know what I mean? That shit.
So have you always been a real hard-working person, like from a young age in terms of the music shit? Like when you first got into it, were you going hard with it?
Nah, it was Chris that got me in that shit like hard. Like I wanted it, but I was always a lazy ass nigga. I wasn't like the rest. You know how everybody want to be something, but don't have that drive to, you know what I mean, to do it. Like, so I was one of them. Like I wanted to do something, but I just ain't get off my ass and do it. And he was like, man, let's go to practice every day. And we was walking Timbali stands and equipment up from one part of from northeast to northwest of DC, you know what I mean? So that, you know what I mean, and catch the bus and shit and doing all types of shit to get equipment, robbing, all types of goofy ass shit, you know what I mean, just to get out, you know what I mean, fighting with niggas and kicking niggas out the band, just all types of bam ass shit just to get our way and shit.
You said robbing. What was the first time you ever got arrested?
Nah, I ain't get arrested for robbing.
Oh, you never got in trouble for that from a young age?
Nah.
Who were you robbing?
It was called a baggage heist that back then for that band shit. That's just one particular incident, you know what I mean? But that was for band equipment. We went in their school and they made it seem like it was sweet, like they could just go into school and just get the band equipment and everything would be no repercussions and shit. So I was like, all right, because I ain't even go to their school, so I was like, I don't give a fuck this shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever, boom.
You thought it was all good?
Yeah, but everybody started getting in trouble and shit for this shit and started returning shit and returning equipment and all this other shit. But I still wasn't really like getting in trouble because, like I said, I ain't go to the school and shit. So I was just in their eyes, they was getting in trouble, so they getting brought up to the shit, and then the camera is like, oh, who is this other, you know what I mean, type shit, you know what I mean? So.
Do you think you were always like a talented thief or a talented criminal from a young age?
I don't know. Nah, see what it is I overthink the situation. I never just act on impulse and shit. Like anything I ever do was always overthought. You know what I mean? Plenty of ways over. You know what I mean? My mother's a dramatic person, so she always overthinks shit. And you know what I mean? I guess I get it from her. So like even with the criminal shit and the Bama shit we was doing, I still overthought the shit. You know what I mean? Outweighed my, you know what I mean? My shit. You know what I mean? Even when I was off my nut and wasn't even caring, it still was, you know what I mean, came from some type of thought process before that shit or some shit like that, you know what I mean? It's like something like that, you know what I mean?
I wanted to ask, was there a lot of music in the house from a young age? Was your mom influential in that regard?
Yeah, she was actually my manager for the band. She became the manager.
And she had previous experience in that, or was she just grabbed the reins because there was an opportunity?
Nah, we just was needing rides and shit. She just took over, like you said, took over the reins and shit, and just started motherfucking talking to the promoters and, you know what I mean, and everything we needed, buying us band equipment and all that other shit.
I assume from a young age that you were probably also listening to a lot of straight up rap, right?
Nah, not where we come from. Like, I knew about, I mean, yeah, I heard everybody and shit, but we weren't really deep into rap. Back then, when I was coming up, I remember Tupac and Snoop Dogg and all them on the radio and shit, so.
But it wasn't really your thing.
That was what we was hearing on the radio, but a nigga wasn't really buying their CDs. A nigga probably bought Lil Wayne. I tried to battle Lil Wayne. Your block is hot shit. But
Man, everybody brings up that fucking album on here. It's like something for a certain generation that so many people found out about Wayne through that, even though his most popular work was way later on.
Yeah, and my folks tried to give me the fucking Rakim shit. I was like, man,
they tried to get you on the real old school shit.
Real hip hop. That's my era. That's my era.
Yeah. So I tried to get the you know what I mean, the few albums that I might have wanted. You know what I mean, probably wasn't getting like that. I had the Juvie 500 Degrees and a couple of niggas albums and shit, but a nigga really wasn't really on rap like that. It was more GoGo. It was always GoGo and shit. It wasn't until Boosie and Gucci came out.
So they were the ones.
Yeah, that was it. Once Boosie came out, that was, I was like, oh, because he was really, like, he wasn't really on the radio and shit, and he was really having money. All the shit he was talking about in his songs, all the red, green, yellow charge, all that shit in his video, every video. So he was really having it. He wasn't renting this shit. You know, I was like, damn, these real life niggas having it. And then Gucci came out, it was over.
Do you remember when you first got into Gucci, like what the song was or what the moment was?
Dog.
My Dog?
Hey, My Dog. No, not My Dog. I'm a Dog.
I'm a Dog.
Shit.
Yeah, that's so crazy that you just said that, because
Dog.
that was one of my first ones too. And you said My Dog, that's your song.
That's my shit. Yeah, that's my shit. My bad. It's I'm a Dog. That my men and them Ben was hip to this shit, right? To Gucci and shit. They kept trying to tell me about him, and I was like, man, I was fucking with him. Like, but I was like, man, what the fuck wrong with him? He sound congested and sick and shit, you know what I mean? And all that. Because, like I said, we were still listening to GoGo, so, you know what I mean? It was like Boosie and all that other shit. But when I heard I'm a Dog, I was like, this nigga growling on that joint. I was like, oh, this nigga is wild, man. That's some shit I would do if I was rapping, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, yeah, I started relating to them niggas.
And like the difference lyrically between GoGo and then Gucci Mane is that Gucci Mane is just being ridiculously honest and real about who he is, whereas the GoGo lyrics were probably more just, you were just writing fun little things, right?
No, but see, in GoGo, it's not really, GoGo is more like how, like, it's more hooks. Like,
right.
Everything's a hook. It's like, it's not real live, like, bar, 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 bar. It's like, we'll be in the joint, they'll be like,
it's about the feel of the music, right? Yeah.
Fat ass bitch, hey, fat ass bitch, hey, fat ass bitch, hey, fat ass bitch, hey.
But that could be a Gucci hook, easy.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. With Gucci coming in, it's like I remember a Gucci song where he said green. He said he had a green Bentley, green dump, green truck, green money, green everything, and then he said red shoes, red something, stop, right? But in the ad libs, he was like, go, go, go. For everything that was green, like a green light, he like, go,
right,
go, 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 go. And then he said, stop. That sound like a go-go joint. We'd be like, go, go, it's your birthday, go, go. It's all like, oh, this nigga sound just like, you know what I mean? So in my mind, it was the same shit, just on rap. I was like, this nigga really, like, yeah.
It's crazy because I feel like I now understand your style so much more from just hearing you explain those two things. Like, you take that super melodic shit, and then you take Gucci or Boosie, who are like the realest dudes, the dudes who are just literally telling you everything about themselves and they're the kind of guys who will tell you how fucked up they are.
Basically.
And they're reveling in it. And that's what I like about those guys. Basically. And that's what I like about you too.
Yeah, it's just, you just tell the truth, you know what I mean? Gucci will tell you he ain't shit, you know what I mean? Double crossing nigga from Sun Valley. Like, he'll tell you they double crossing niggas, so why would you fuck with him and you niggas still want to fuck with her, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I just love that shit. It's the same way I am. It's like, that's some shit I would do, you know what I mean?
Was OJ a big influence on you early on too?
Yeah, I used to listen to OJ. Like, I had a bunch of OJ shit, endless.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
The A. You
but
guys are both prolific for A.
The A is the go-go shit.
Yes.
So if you pull up any go-go, any backyard,
Yo, hold on one second. Who the fuck is talking over there?
Yo, hey.
What the fuck?
Who's on the box?
Yo, seriously, shut the fuck up. How many fucking times did I say it?
We on some shit.
Yo, I'm
tonight.
Seriously kicking everybody out if you guys don't shut the fuck up over
We
there.
on some shit tonight.
Yo, I never had people do this during a podcast before. You're pissing me off. I'm about to run my mouth there. All right, so where were we?
Yeah.
Should I just leave that in, me tweaking out?
Yeah.
Yo, what the fuck is wrong with my friends just chit-chatting in the background? Respect the fucking interview, douchebags.
Most definitely leave that in.
Not to mention, it's a Yung Gleesh interview. It's not like a Craig
Shit,
interview
man,
where it's
sure.
just you got to expect to disrespect Craig.
Nah, most definitely.
Sorry, Zach. I didn't realize I was yelling at Zach. He brought him here, so I feel like I should show him some love.
No, that's super interesting, especially the connection between Gleesh's music now. And again, like I talked about with GoGo, because again, the GoGo it's a strange term. There's weird pockets of music
People
in the
don't
world.
get it
but
outside of that region, right?
Where else, I mean, DC and Virginia, where else would GoGo be, would you say, is popular?
We did a show in my prime. We did a show like with Backyard, and we rode the bus with them down to North Carolina and shit. So, and when I left the band, my band had actually started doing shows in Atlanta and shit. So, it could be everywhere, but it's really just in DC. Them the only people like who really relate to this shit. And then that's why like it's a whole DMV movement and shit. DC don't really feel that shit because it was times when DC was like GoGo was a violent.
It was violent.
Man, it's a violent.
The way you're describing it is making me think it's more like disco or like just chiller people that are more relaxed, older people, like you were saying.
Back in the day, they used to party, but it still was violent back then because it was still back then like Alpo and the dope.
It was like a crew thing, right?
Yeah,
It was
it's like a hood thing. It's like no gang and it's never gang involved. It's always hood. Like we going in with our hood, and the GoGo band will stamp your hood. I'm from 18th from Monroe, so we throw our sign up, you know what I mean, and we throw it in the band face, and the band will be playing and be like, it's automatic without no static. 1A song, hey, it's automatic, they getting that ass at 18th Monroe, you know what I mean? And when they stamping us, we in there going crazy, and then the bitches seeing us, so, you know what I mean? That's when the niggas on the other side hating on us, so boom, we get into the shit. That's how I get violent, you know what I mean? Then we fight in the club and shooting outside, boo bop bang, and all this. And all this at a young age, 14, 15. We doing this every week, you know what I mean? A lot of other motherfuckers be needing therapy and shit for the shit that I, you know what I mean, was going through and shit. But
So you're seeing crazy amounts of violence at a young age?
yeah, most definitely.
Damn.
kind of like West Side Story, but
The fuck is
GoGo.
that?
West Side Story, it's like a 40s theater
never seen
where...
that?
It was from the 40s.
Yeah,
and
there's
that's
like
probably-
they're gangs, but they're like dancing gangs.
No, you missed me with that reference.
How do you not?
That's theater, though.
You know a lot about dancing
Adam's
gangs.
not cultured.
No,
Yeah, that's
no.
theater. I've seen that. The Jets and the Sharks.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Sounds like the Warriors.
Yeah, I'm cultured too, though.
See?
Yo, he's cultured. You're cultured. I'm out here.
So how did you make the jump from your band, your GoGo band, to the rap thing?
My man Roger, because I wasn't never on the front line on the mic. I was a percussionist. I played the congos and the timbales. I was in the back line. And I never really, like I said, I just played my music and smoked my weed and just fucked my bitches and, you know what I mean, just stayed to myself. Like, I talked to the niggas who I know. Everybody know, like, I'm outgoing and shit, but it's like, when you in a club full of people you don't know that's just sucking your dick, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? How friendly can you be? You know what I mean? Especially when they shooting at people and all this other shit, you know what I mean? So all that other shit, boom. But like it was my man Roger. He was a keyboard player in our band, and he just started like he made like a fake little hit type shit on the go in our band and shit. And with that hit, like they started to be like, it's a Roger beat. And that was one of our songs and shit. And then other GoGo bands started buying his beats, but that's unheard of because it's GoGo. It's like it's a band. Like niggas make their own shit. So niggas was buying his beat, but he still play for our band type shit.
Okay.
Like, it didn't make sense type shit, but he was getting money for it. So he started taking that and making beats for rappers and shit. Just, you know what I mean? And then he's like, yeah, it was just like a little joke one time. He was like, I'm going to get you Chris, the lead mic of our band, and the nigga Big G, that's the lead mic of Backyard Band. That's like one of the biggest old head bands, you know what I mean, that we look up to and shit like that, you know what I mean? He's like, I'm going to get y'all on the song. And I wrote a couple, like 16 bars for that shit. And, you know what I mean, we ain't never do the song, but I just like the bar. Everybody's like, damn, you could really rap and shit. You know what I mean?
So you seem pretty good at it right from the beginning?
Yeah. Niggas like, damn, that shit tight.
Do you think you rapped similar then to the way you do now, or have you changed a shitload?
Yeah, I changed. like how you were saying with the Juice Man, how we sound like I sound like Juice. I learned how to incorporate everything I know into, you know what I mean, my style type shit. So the A is not necessarily Juice, but it is a little bit, you know what I mean? But most of it has come from the GoGo, because like I was starting, like when you move by being with them, it's like the GoGo style. It's like we'll be like, hey, it's not really bars. It's not really. It's more like excitement.
Right.
So if you hear my music, wasabi.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
water,
for sure.
Water. It's like repetitive word. Like that's GoGo. It's not bar. It's more boom, 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 boom. Just to make you dance, make you, you know what I mean? The rhythm type shit.
Because you're really known for your dancing in general. Were you always like known for having unique dance moves from the early age?
Nah, everybody used to beat your feet. That's a little dance we used to do, and it's crazy because it's that dabbing shit, like except for the elbow shit, that going forward and shit. But all the little movement that they be doing, that shit, is the same shit we was doing in GoGo. It's like take them to church. I can't explain it. You just got to pull the footage up and shit. Everything, it's a lot of shit that look like what we've been doing. You know what I mean? Are
you fucking with the dab wave that has taken over the rap industry over the past few months?
Yeah, they been killing that shit. Shout out to them. They been murdering that motherfucker.
How you feel when you saw Bow Wow giving the false definition of dab?
I didn't even see it. One of my men and them just told me pieces or parts of it or something, like he just wasn't aware of what he was talking about. He sounded like some old ass nigga just trying to dip his face into some shit or something.
Yeah, because it's Bow Wow, so you like already aren't going to take him that serious. And then he's explaining it, and he just sounds so certain that what he's saying is true. You see this?
No, but I think you're not supposed to call him Bow Wow anymore.
What else are you supposed to call him?
Sean Moss.
That's his name now?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Get the fuck out
when did that come official?
I think I remember seeing it somewhere like 6 months ago that he doesn't want to be called Bow Wow anymore.
Well, I mean, a lot of people don't want to be called the stupid names that they come up when they're 16, but guess what? Nobody knows him at all for his other name. You a Bow Wow fan? I don't want to hurt any feelings here.
No.
How you doing? And by the way, my name's Catfish.
I know.
Mike Epps is still Day-Day.
Fact.
Yeah. Mike Epps is still Day-Day and forever be Day-Day.
Till the day he dies. That's unfortunate for him.
Definitely. You know?
Let's talk a little bit about what goes through your mind creatively when you're making music. How do you do it?
When I first started, I used to write. It took a lot of weed, and you know what I mean.
Sit down and write the whole verse.
Yeah,
with the instrumental, or you just?
Yeah, I used to just take my man. I used to download instrumentals and shit and put them on CDs, and I had like 30 beats on the CD and just be listening to them in the car, and then have them in the house, and I write in the house and shit. You know what I mean? So like Strong and like Clean Size Finest, all that shit was written all the way up to like Clean Size Finest 2 and shit. It wasn't until I got with Gucci, when he was trying to sign me and shit, that I started freestyling. Because when you with him, you don't have no time. That's like, you know how everybody tell you got that one shot and shit. And that's the nigga I always looked up to. And he came to my time one time. That's how I linked up with him, because of Roger again. The same nigga who got me into rapping and shit. He
knew Gucci.
He knows there are a lot of motherfuckers, you know what I mean?
And did he hit up Gucci like, yo, I want to show you this kid?
Nah, I wasn't even like, it was more like Roger knew that only person I'm ever come out the house for is like Gucci type shit. Everybody, all these other rappers, fuck them niggas. You know what I mean? I'm do my own thing. Fuck those niggas. You know what I mean? Straight up. But you know what I mean? Roger needed to pick Gucci up from the airport, but he didn't have a car or something, so he needed me to come get him and shit and get Boo by Bing. So this, that, and the third, I ended up going. But whole time when I introduced myself to Gucci, he already knew who I was from Coach K. His manager put him on, a nigga who managed the Migos and shit like that. So
he was like a crazy legend. Used to be Gucci's manager.
Yeah, most definitely. He put him on to me already. So he was like, Gleesh, boy, Coach K already told me all about you. So at the show that he came to DC for, he was like, all right, you got a song, you got some shit you want? He like, go ahead, perform it. And I performed a little joint that I stole from Zaytoven. Actually, Zaytoven's first song that he ever rapped on and shit. And he was just fucking with it. He was like, man, boy, you need to come down to A with me now. You know what I mean? This, that, and the third, man. Get my number, boo, bop, bang. And he blew my phone up the next day. The next morning, I wake up with like 5 Gucci missed call. Gucci Man Burr. I say the name is Gucci Man Burr. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I wake up with 5 Gucci Mane birds. I was like, oh my God. I was, hey, y'all, Gucci Mane calling my phone.
Yeah, what the fuck do you think when you wake up to that?
Shit, that's
real,
Christmas right there.
You probably thought you fucked up.
It was on like what was it? It was right before Christmas. It was right like on the coast, like December or some shit.
Damn, that could be a hot song. 5 missed calls from Gucci.
Oh yeah, you missed out. That was a
5
good idea right there.
calls
Yeah.
from Gucci. Hey,
So wait, then what
later.
happened? So then do you go to see Gucci?
Yeah, I went down there and some crazy shit. So I go down there and I think it was Christmas. It was Christmas. It was Christmas Eve or Christmas Day because I had on my fresh Christmas clothes when that shit happened, when I did the show with him.
So you skipped opening presents under the tree to meet up with Gucci.
It was like after Christmas. It was like the day after Christmas or the day of Christmas, some shit like that. So I already had my clothes and shit. Boom. Then he called me, and then I went down there a couple weeks later, having to be on New Year's type shit. You know what I mean? So when I'm down in Atlanta and shit, boom, I called my man, and I told him, like, I was like, man, yeah, fool, I got some good news, because this nigga be bamming out, he be wilding out and shit. So, you know what I mean? He always get into some shit. So I called his phone. I was like, bro, call my phone at 11:59, 12 o'clock. You know, that's going into New Year's. You know, that's that countdown and shit. Boop, bop, bam. Like, call my phone at 11:59, 12 o'clock. So I know you ain't crashed and shit. I mean, like, you ain't stew out there. I mean, like, you ain't bam out, you ain't get locked up, or you ain't do nothing to get locked, you ain't jeopardize your shit, you know what I mean? You ain't do nothing. So it's like, call my phone at 12. Boom. The nigga called my phone at 11:59. I'm walking in the Gold Room Club with Gucci Mane, and we walking through the front door, and all the bitches and everybody else, 10, 9, 8. I'm on the phone with my man, like, yeah, man, Gucci bag got me down in Atlanta, man. He tried to sign me. This, that, and the third. But I'm on the phone while everybody 6, 4. And I'm like, bro, we good. This, that, and the third. Fool, man. Yeah, I'm going to call you when I leave the joint. 2, 1, Happy New Year. Happy, man, Gucci, man. Happy New Year, Gucci, man. All the bitches going crazy, sucking that man dick in there, going crazy. Right, boop, bop, bang. And my man, I just hang up the phone with him after 12 o'clock. Boom. And this nigga get locked up that same night type shit.
Same night for what?
Same night for a shotgun or pistol or some shit like that or something crazy.
What,
shit.
in the car and they pulled him over?
Yeah, he had something. I don't know. He was drunk with the dog on him, with the pistol on him or something like that.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but yeah, that was like crazy because it was like all that shit was like a dream come true. Like all this on Christmas and then New Year's, and I'm on the phone with my band telling me we about to be good, and then, you know what I mean? Shit like that. So.
Damn.
So would you have signed to Gucci if it wasn't for how that night unfolded?
I was going to sign to him until he started doing some wild shit.
What was the wild shit?
That shit that happened before.
On Twitter?
Nah, before that, that's the reason. It was some street shit. Some street shit that he done tried to pull, and some other shit. Some niggas one feeling that, you know what I mean? And then, I guess, niggas would say that he tried to fake go crazy so he wouldn't get in trouble in the streets type shit like
that's
that.
That's the word on the streets?
That's not what I would say. That's just like what niggas would, you know what I mean, proclaim, you know what I mean, type shit. But I don't know what's going on. I didn't really know that nigga like that to know what go through that nigga mind. He was a good dude when I knew him, and people told me he was just crazy and shit, you know what I mean? So the first few times I went down there, I ain't let my guards down, and then finally time I did, he pulled some funny shit on some other shit, and some other nigga, I was involved. I was like, oh man, this nigga wild. But, you know what I mean? But
would you have signed to him anyway, though, knowing that he was wild as hell and that maybe he was a problem to be around him?
Nah, because I fell out over that shit.
Yeah. So you fell out. You had a real falling out? You ever had an argument with him?
Most definitely. I was pressing his ass out. I told him that he can't come back to D.C. and all that. Like, then he just, when he had other shows, he would call my phone like it was good. So, it was, you know, that's Gucci Mane.
So you guys got back on good terms real quick?
Yeah, because he called my phone like that shit ain't about nothing.
What happens when you sign to Gucci Mane, though? Because from a perspective like yours, like he could do something for you in the beginning, but then it's kind of like, do you really want to give up a percentage of yourself or whatever for life just to get this one look early on in your career?
That's the same thing with anybody, though. You sign with anybody, why would you get your percentage of anything? But at that time, I would have signed because I wasn't really nobody. It wasn't because of Gucci But it wasn't until after that I started doing popping, like
right.
Wasabi, you know what I mean, Water and shit. Like I had songs that was already known and little blogs and vlogs and shit. I was already popping and shit, but it wasn't until after Gucci, like I turned up musically. Like I had some other weird style before that, but when I started freestyling, that's when I brought the GoGo and the turned up shit into it instead of just bars and all that shit that people don't want to hear. Cause I learned like over shows that when you perform, it's not about like rapping, because when rappers and singers sing and shit, like people just sit there and stare at them, and then the singer will come off the stage with a bad feeling like, why didn't anybody turn up? But your music isn't turned up like that. You sung for them, so they just listening and they appreciate your voice and shit, but you wanted people to dance and all that. It's not really, your music's not for that, so right. You can't, you know what I mean, get mad at them for that. So I learned like that over my shows and shit, and started turning my music up for my shows and appearances at shows.
So it was when you started playing live. I think a lot of rappers or musicians in general go through that transition where they make one kind of music when they're in the house, and then they get popping to a certain extent. They start playing live all the time, and then the music changes totally because they start to realize what works and what doesn't in that environment.
That's probably basically what it is, and I never thought about it like that. That's basically why people would say, oh, you sound pop, but it's more like they understand what people want to hear at their shows, and they want the best footage for their shows, you know what I mean?
Plus, I think people can also feel your energy, too, at a live show, where people leave your shows seeing the energy you're putting out and that you're making them feel, and they leave that in that same
like
note.
Travis Scott, like, he go crazy at his shows. Like, that nigga kicking security, and you know what I mean?
And he makes the kind of music that does well live, because it's just big, explosive, arena rock sounding rap, you know?
Danny Brown does a lot of shows. A lot of fucking shows.
He tours like crazy.
That nigga is... He about to retire. He told me about to retire.
For real?
He's like, man, fuck this rap shit, Gleesh, man. I'm about to retire. I already made my money.
Maybe that's why he hasn't put out an album in like 2 years, because I could really use another Danny Brown album.
He's probably just smoking weed.
He's fucking too much.
I think he got a girl.
Probably.
He's probably
fucking
still
her.
Fucking, yeah.
Nah, he might be fucking the shit out of her. He might just be getting that. He might just get that money now.
So what's it like? You're in the studio and Gucci, does he lay his verse and you've just been listening to the beat and he just goes, Gleesh, get in there, and you don't have time to prepare, and then you got to just punch in and just do bar.
Yep.
And so, did you rise to the occasion?
Yep. And if he get bored, if he realize, like, he like me, like when I'm on a block. Like if I'm on a block and I realize I'm smoking and shit, I realize, damn, I've been sitting here too long. Let me move from this spot to somewhere else. Boom.
Right.
The feds always pull up on the block right then when I, you know what I mean, moved in some shit. So I just having to dodge them type shit, you know what I mean? So it's always like, he like that. It's like, when he realized that, he like, damn, that nigga still in the booth, man, get the fuck him, come on, get him out of here, get somebody, get Walker in there, get Pee Wee in there, get Thug, get somebody in there type shit, you know what I mean? And it's like that. And I came home with that style, and niggas wasn't doing that. Niggas still was writing and shit, and engineers wasn't capable of catching up to that. They was mad at me. They was like, nigga, I'm not about to record you if you about to. And so, you know what I mean? I just kept turning up on their ass. You know what I mean? Please, the song that I did, Please, that first few bars was about the engineer talking about he wasn't gonna record me no more because I'm freestyling that shit. Like, you don't want to work for me? Okay. Hey, got something for that ass, boy. Hey, yeah, you think you work for free? Hey, I got pounds of bag with that cat. Well, you know what I mean? That's just me freestyling, me mad at him because he like, man, I ain't about to keep freestyling. I like the way you was writing that shit. You know what I mean? So,
have you always liked writing pretty like simple raps with a lot of space between the words since a young age, or is that something that you kind of inherited once you start punching in?
I didn't. It was more of like.
Because you're not about the lyrics, you're about the vibe and the feel, right?
I do lyrics though. That's the thing. So like,
I'm not saying that you're.
Nah. I ain't saying like you saying that. I do like I got bar and the word that I choose to use sometimes and shit. I use particular like big words, particular. You know what I mean, and shit like words that people think I would know. You know what I mean, even understand or some shit just to say this shit. Like, you know what I mean. I can't. It's a couple songs. I got some shit on Your Favorite Rapper. I was going crazy. I did some shit with Booze. I was going crazy. I just be saying some shit, but for the most part, it's about the turned up shit. It's like the reaction I could get from the crowd. it's the flow, not the words.
Right.
It's how you say it, not what you say. You know what I mean? You can say ooga booga booga, but if you be like ooga booga booga, hey, ooga booga booga, hey, this is go crazy. You know, for real. You know what I mean?
Yo. When you first hear instrumental, are you thinking about the hook first, or do you go right into the chorus or lyrics?
It's the hook, like if
and then you build around that.
Basically, if I like, depending on how the beat go, cause some beats be made for you to just boom come in rapping like that. It ain't no hook right there, and then the hook come later. So if that's the way it is, then I come out rapping, boop, boop, bing. But for the most part, if the hook come first, then if I can't think of a hook within the first few, then the beat ain't for me type shit. You know what I mean? And for the most part, I can think of a hook for anything like off the. You know what I mean?
That's the easy part for you.
Yeah, I mean, all this shit easy. Especially like I just gotta be high as hell.
That's the recipe.
When you're going through instrumentals, how many seconds does it take for you to know if this is worth your time or not?
It doesn't matter. Like for the most part, like if like Wasabi and Water and all them joints, like them beats made the song. But if I was to just rap on anything, I could rap on really anything.
Right.
But it depends on what I'm trying to, like how big of the song I'm going. You know what I mean? I don't just it's quality over quantity, you know what I mean? Quantity, you know what I mean? Type shit, you know what I mean?
But if you're doing a mixtape, do you make 50 songs and then choose 10, or do you just make 10 good ones? And
Clean, Satisfying is 3. I didn't even have the time to choose anything. I only had time to make. I didn't even have time for him to sit there and bounce it out. Bro, come on, let's go, Benny. Come on, let's go. Next song. 13 songs and 4 or 5 days type shit, you know what I mean? And just finished the tape because I probably had a few songs from whatever last sessions I was killing. I don't be having the time or the money to be playing with the studio like that. So when I get in there, I'm in there and I'm working. I'm going to work the shit out. So that's why when I've been up here about a week already and I just been scoping out studios, seeing what type of engineers there is, because when I get to work, I'm going to get to work. It's not about to be no, man, I need to know if you can handle that. Boom, 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 boom. Come on, let's go. Boom, 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 let's go. Boom, 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 let's go. You know what I mean? Shit.
But
like
do you
that.
wish that you had that experience of like just having a studio in your house or whatever, where you could just rap all the time or record all the time, or do you not?
I was just talking to my girl about this shit. It's like me, I go better off of pressure.
Uh-huh.
Like I would love for all y'all to come to all my studio sessions and shit, just for y'all energy and shit. Like I like people in my shit. I like to do as much music for people in front of me before they start digging in their phones and before they lose their attention type shit. Like I love that shit. Some people like nobody in their sessions and shit like that. I don't like it like that. I like the people to be on the other side of the glass, listen to the shit like, damn, that shit cranking like shit, and I'm boom, 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 boom. Come on, let's go. Man, come on, Benny, whoever the engineer, come on, boom, you know what I mean? Let's rapping and shit, you know what I mean? I work the shit out there. I work the shit out some niggas. That's why a lot of studios don't really fuck with me, because I work the shit out them niggas, and when I get in there, it be from 10 to 3. I'm working your ass the whole 10 to 3. It's no break. It's no smoke. You smoking while I'm working, because I'm smoking while I'm in there type shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
So the thing that I write with, I mean, that I make my music with is like, I just gotta be high as shit where I don't think, I just say shit. Like whatever I say gonna be good anyway. Like I always feel like whether it's meant to be type shit. So the higher I get, the less you contemplating on what you saying. So like when I be performing this shit, I got dark glasses on so I could close my eyes. Cause if I got my eyes open, I'm paying attention to everybody's face, I'm fuck up what I'm supposed to say, and you know what I mean? So I don't think I get high enough where I just go on with it, go crazy, you know what I mean? So it's the same way we're recording, and I don't think it's like I just get high enough to where I just walk in there and just say whatever, boom, bop, boom, 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 and it's like, damn.
Hey, can I ask you about a few things that you say in your songs that people are curious about off of Twitter and shit?
Yeah, what's that?
First one, this is mostly a Twitter thing. This is the Mo Kill thing. You add Mo Kill to the end of almost every sentence, or just Mo. What is that exactly? Because I've heard like a few dudes who are like from your area try to explain it to me, and it didn't really solve anything in my brain.
It's It's hard to explain. I just be like, Mo is somebody. Mo ain't nobody. Cause nigga be like, who is Mo? Who the fuck is Mo? Mo ain't nobody. He just dead. Don't worry about him. He just dead. Like, but it's really not nobody. It's just like it's y'all yo. Not how everybody like, what's up, yo, 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 yo.
You said Mo.
Yo, Mo. We say Mo. DC.
It's from a young age that you've been saying this. It's just
it's DC era, but a lot of people just don't be saying a lot of our words and shit. They try to say these other niggas words like dope and all this other shit. They try to talk like everybody else and shit instead of talking like how we talk and shit. You know what I mean? So Mo is our yo. You know what I mean? And Kill is like, we'll be like, that bitch fat as shit, Mo. Like, Kill, Mo. Kill, that's like, we agreeing with him. It's like, I concur, yeah, I concur. Like, Kill, Mo, for real. You right, bro, for real. And be like, oh, it's some good ass weed, like, Kill, Mo, for real, Mo. Like, that's as simple as that. And I just ended up, because I know the power of repetitive shit, you know what I mean? So you just keep putting it in people's face and they just gonna eat it up type shit. That's the way it is, you know what I mean?
Speaking of repetition, what is it about the number $30,000? Or just 30,000 anything?
I try to speak that shit up.
Huh?
I'm just trying to speak that shit into existence. like it's been around, you know, nigga been touching $30,000. I'm just trying to speak that shit into every show. You know what I mean? I'm trying to speak my price up to $30,000. You know what I mean? That's when the nigga be set good. You know what I mean? Nigga ain't ready. Nigga ain't feeling that other shit. Everything else, I want $30,000 for my show.
Everything below 30,000 is just a compromise in the time being, right?
Yeah. 30,000 I could deal with all the bullshit that I deal with for a show.
When did you first start saying shitbag shorty? And what is a shitbag shorty aside from someone who might have a shitbag?
That's my nigga Bob shit. My man King Bob from Social Quarter. That's some that ain't my hood. That's another hood that we was affiliated with in my city and shit, Social Quarter. And the nigga Bob from around there, he just was like the man around there. Young nigga too. He died though. He got shot. I mean, but he was like, all the old heads looked up to him. Like all the old heads looked up to a young nigga. He, off his weird shit, skateboarding and all that. That's unheard of.
And they looked up to him for what? Because he was just real as hell.
Boy, the nigga was crazy. The nigga was a fucking lunatic. Like wild as shit. He be with all that shit. He was with everything and. He was the type, like, he was the real DC type, like, the real DC, like, that's the, like, when he died, like, that's when, like, DC, like, fell off, because he was the type where all that flashy shit wasn't, you wasn't coming around with all that flash, all that pulling up on the block, music loud, what's up, y'all, you know what I mean, or just all the clothes you wearing, all that other, boy, man, it's none of that. Like, it ain't necessarily like he gonna rob you or take that shit from you. It's more like, boy, you not bringing that shit around here, boy, you, that goofy, that bam ass shit, that's some bam ass shit, you know what I mean? Like, nah, boy, that flashy ass shit, it wasn't for. That's the real DC. Like, you don't see me walk around with chains and all that extra shit I wearing without with ski masks every day. You know what I mean? I ain't finna change up ever. You know what I mean? I'm be 60 with this motherfucker on for real.
You have the ski mask with you every day?
Every day, bro. I'm for real. Even when you see me with the show with a bucket hat, the ski mask in my back pocket somewhere or somewhere on me, bro. You never know. Boop, bop, bang. It's to the point now I can't even hit a jug no more because they already know what I look like with the bitch on.
Speaking of real motherfuckers from Washington, D.C., you're homies with Fat Trel.
Nah, I ain't homies.
No?
They used to be, though, right?
Yeah, he tried to take my name and run with it.
Yeah, what is that? Everybody gets confused by this.
It's like A$AP Rocky and shit, like A$AP Yams. If anybody don't know, A$AP Yams started A$AP always strive to and prosper, always strive and prosper type shit. You know what I mean? So
and Rocky was his artist.
Yeah, not his artist, but Rocky was a rapper. Right. You know what I mean? But they gang was like, you know what I mean? Not they not like a gang, Bloods and
crew.
But
yeah.
You know what I mean? Their little associates was A$AP. So you were A$AP. Catfish, I'm A$AP Gleesh, you A$AP Adam, shit like that, you know what I mean? So, Boo Bop Bink, that's the way I felt with the Gleesh shit. So when I gave him Fat Gleesh, it was like, you were part of my shit, that, you know what I mean? But everybody, I gave a bunch of people a type of Gleesh. You'd be Catfish Gleesh, you know what I mean? You'd be Adam Gleesh.
I'm very happy to be Adam Gleesh.
You'd be Adam Gleesh,
I'm fine.
Tattoo Gleesh or something.
Adam
you know
22 sucks.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Adam Gleesh, you know what I mean? For real, like that, for real. And it was just like that, and when Instagram came out, he boom, his first. You know what I mean, I guess somebody took his Fat Trel immediately. You know what I mean, and he just went with Fat Gleesh, and then that started going. But I still ain't. You know what I mean, it was cool. It was like, all right, whatever. Boom, you still what it is. Cause I know.
Was he not really popping at this point?
Nah, he was popping.
Okay.
He was still the nigga in the city and all that. But it was more like I was comfortable with.
It was like him paying tribute a little bit.
Nah,
yeah.
I was feeling some type of way, but it's still I was comfortable with myself as knowing what it is. And you know what I mean? I knew what the time it was. It wasn't until he dropped the mixtape Gleesh. It was like, oh man, it's like, come on, bro. And I tried to talk to him about this shit, and even like he wasn't trying to talk to me. And then I tried to talk to other niggas like, what do I do about this shit? Because the only ways I know is street ways and shit. Niggas was like, man, let the managers handle it. I was like, damn, that's smart. And the managers was talking, and that shit ain't go through. And he still tried to drop the tape even without, you know, like you said, we supposed to be cool. So I would think, would you understanding how I'm coming? Like, I'm like asking you, what's up? You know what I mean? You still like, man, fuck that shit. And I'm like, all right, crazy, that's cool. We could play it like that, you know what I mean? So that's what it was.
So you're just letting sleeping dogs lie now? You don't have any interest in talking to him or anything like that? If you saw him, is it all good? You just ignore him?
We ain't never fought or get into a shootout, so it wasn't never necessary to do no retaliation because it wasn't nothing to retaliate about or nothing like that. So y'all just social media and shit, but niggas done pulled up and seen their ass a couple times, and it wasn't really nothing. It wasn't never nothing with their ass.
Is it hard for you to go and have to act like an industry dude when you were a street dude for so long? In a situation like this, I can't help but assume that if you were still just a street dude, that it would probably turn violent real quick.
Nah, because see, the thing, the streets know everything. So all the shit that's on social media, niggas know who done been to who hood, like, who done been to who hood, and who done pulled up, and who been synced, and who be out there, and who doing what, and what's going on for real. So it's really never nothing, you know what I mean? Nigga never really worried about that other shit, because the streets know the truth. So
how much of an asset is it having a manager? Do you think having a manager?
I ain't got a manager.
No?
Not no more. Not since that South by Southwest shit.
Yeah, we should probably talk about that.
Yeah,
so
we could talk about that.
What happened?
Some bullshit. I was talking about that. It's still a pending case.
Okay.
But I will let y'all know that my lawyer told me that it's looking good for me because not only because I ain't do that bullshit, but also some other shit that Charlie, the accused victim or whatever, she claimed rape for another account, she got another rape charge.
At another time?
Couple months after my shit. And when I was talking to my girl was like, her cousin actually got raped before, like real life got raped and shit like that, boop bop bang. And she was like, when you get raped, you get scared. You don't put yourself in them situations ever again. They get raped and shit like that, boop bop bang. So it's like, I don't know how you get raped twice.
So,
but it wasn't like, what was you about to say?
I was just gonna say the story that was fishing around online and everything was that basically somebody walked in on you with a girl that was passed out.
Nah, the girl who was passed out was the girl who woke up. And
okay.
It's the girl who walked in. That's the girl who's passed out.
Okay, so she wakes up and you're with the other girl?
They were both on the bed, sleep and shit. No, not sleep. They was both on the bed, right? And boom, when I woke up, I can't talk about it because I'm going. It's a pending case, but I didn't rape no girl like type shit. When I woke up, I hit my toe. The girl got up. What's up, boo bop bang, that and third. You know what I mean? Her friend, her little buddy, was still asleep. We doing our little thing. Her buddy wake up and was like, "Ooh, boo bop bang," all this other shit. So I don't. But so the affidavit say that a girl walked in. She never walked in. She was already right there. She was the one who was asleep though.
Right.
The other girl we was doing our thing. You know what I mean? That's the confusion and everything. And I never really got to clear that up. And I never tweet about it. Everybody was like, oh, he's guilty off this shit. It was too much evidence, and the only evidence you heard was from
evidence?
A girl who woke up. Like
that's the problem I think with this. Any of this situation happens, especially in the United States, is that it's always one person's word against another. But as soon as a woman uses the word as rape, it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, and it's more media. You know what I mean? The way the media put the shit like that, like. The tag that they choose to use for this shit, like without even knowing what's going on and shit. So it's like, you know what I mean? I know what the fuck I be doing, bro. I don't need to. That shit is not necessary at all, bro. Like for real, like at all. And where I come from, we don't even live in that society where, like, rape. I don't know the rape statistic, but I'm pretty sure our shit is not higher than some shit in Idaho, some shit in the Midwest, or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, we don't really live like that. We don't do that shit. Like, that shit is unheard. Like, it's forbidden where I come from, because down in jail, that's the two worst things is snitching and rapers and shit. So, like, that's not what we do. You know what I mean?
These white girls?
Yeah, they were 2 white girls in Texas, bro.
And so is the girl that you supposedly were doing something with, is she pressing charges? Like, does she want to take this to court?
It's the craziest thing. The affidavit, my lawyer said that the affidavit, when he read this shit, is like more like the police were asking, like hinting.
Trying to lead her on?
Yeah, what to say type shit. Like she would say one thing and then they'd be like, are you sure they wasn't like, you know what I mean? Shit like that.
I can't believe a Texas police officer would do something like that.
To a black guy.
I can't believe that at all. That's crazy.
Yeah, but these are the two things that people brought up that they were so sure that this really happened. Is number one, that your manager ceased ties with you right away. And number two was that you took off to Virginia, right?
Nah, I was still stuck. This is the crazy thing. The day that shit happened, the day, boom, I woke up and the people whose house we were staying at, because these girls were never over the house any time before that, but the night that day before, like we were staying over there the whole 4 or 5 days or 3 or 4 days, whatever we were staying, they never was there. So, boom, when I woke up after the girls were like, boom, when the girl did that shit, when she woke up and she was like, nah, you boo-bop been doing that, this and that, I was like, oh, what you talking about? Shawty lying. I'm like, nah, she good. I was like, we cool, everything cool, right? And then the girl, I don't know her name, so I don't know how to keep saying what it was, but she was like, I'm good. And then the girl kept freaking out. The girl who woke up beside her was like, nah, you, nah. But I'm like, what, you know what I mean? I'm like, bro, we good. And then that's
when... you guys both off a lot of drugs?
Bro, I don't know what they was on. I had shows that I was at a bunch of shows, and I just came home.
These are white Texas girls, probably methamphetamines.
I don't know.
Not if they're sleeping.
I don't know, bro.
I hate Texas.
I don't know, brother. I don't know. I ain't wasn't on shit with them. So I woke up, and you know what I mean, it was cold and shit, so I'm looking for some covers. And dark as shit, boom, I hit my toe. That's when she moved and was woke. It was like, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, I ain't even know nothing about, you know what I mean, type shit. And like I said, boom. So right before I even rolled out from them, I was like, because the girl who woke up, I was like, listen, man, Shawty said we was good, right? You know what I mean? But I just want you to know before I leave, that when you woke up and was like, stop, I stopped. Like, I didn't keep doing anything. I didn't touch you or her or anything. It's like you tripping, like this the whole time. I just want you to know when you said stop, I was like, but I wasn't even touching you.
So were you not having sex with this girl at all?
No, but this the girl. That's what I had to reiterate to her. I was like, listen, but I wasn't even touching you. You not even, you know what I mean? We was cool.
Right.
And you woke up on some shit, you know what I mean? So it's like I had to explain to the girl who was next to sleep. It's like, you know what I mean, that me and Shawty was cool. She already said this shit, boo bop bang. You know what I mean? She making it seem like it was something else. And I'm like, all right, boom. So I got up and just rolled out and went upstairs and went to sleep. Then I woke up, and then the people in the house was putting me out the house. They was like, yeah, you gotta go because the police on the way and doo-doo. So I rolled out and went to some friends down the street. And then while my manager and them was still cleaning up, getting all our bags out the house and shit, boop, bop, bing, the police ran in the house. and they text my phone from my manager phone, and because I know how my manager text, they was like, yeah, don't come to the show, to your show tonight, boop bop bing, and don't try to leave because TSA gonna flag you, and some other shit. And I was like, oh, so with that, if the police text your phone and tell you don't come to your show, why would you go to your show? You know what I mean? So it wasn't like that. It was like, all right, I'm on the run.
But wouldn't the police want to arrest you? Wouldn't they want you to go to the show or at least come somewhere towards them so they could arrest you?
I'll show you too.
This is crazy. I mean, the crazy part about it for me is that you must have really been in a weird position having motherfuckers talking about you all over Twitter and just passing judgment on you.
This is the last text I got from my manager.
How frustrating was it not to be able to say anything?
Bro, that's what the worst thing was. Like, it's like, because everybody was like, don't get off Twitter, don't tweet, don't boo bop bang. And I'm like, nah, I can't. I wanted to explain myself so bad.
Right.
My people was blocking my Twitter, put my shit on protected and all that shit. I just wanted to tweet to my fans like, bro, I didn't do this shit. Like, that shit, y'all really got me fucked up. But everybody like, boo bop bang, and I was on the run. Because it's like they was trying to question me or whatnot, but I ain't want to go in there without no representation.
Right, sure.
So as soon as I got my lawyer right and everything, I went smooth in and turned myself in. That's when they got my mug shot and shit like that. But it wasn't like I went home and I was in Texas still the whole time. I couldn't go home. They said, you read this shit that I was gonna get flagged at TSA. I couldn't fly home. I couldn't go home. So I was still in Texas. I just waiting to get my lawyer shit right and get my representation shit right so I could walk in there. Because I would still be in jail right now if I walked in there. And, you know what I mean, anything I've said, I would have just been a suspect and I would still be in jail like how the nigga Offset just got free, even though the court case still ain't happened yet. That's how it would be. So I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm going to get me a motherfucking lawyer. And we're going to do this shit the right way, you know what I mean? And boo bop bang. And like I said, the shit going good right now because last time when I just went to my last little case for the little court date for the shit, the lawyer told me that she got that other case going on in the same shit. So it's like, I don't know.
I seen some girl on Twitter, and this really pissed me off. She said, anybody who's still listening to Gleesh or supporting Gleesh after the shit that came out in the news the other day, you're a piece of shit. And I'm like, okay, number one, it's an accusation. It's not like he was found guilty in court. Number two, it's like, I just don't relate to this mentality that you're immediately just going to hate somebody without knowing all the facts just because one person said one thing.
Nah, bro.
That's
like,
crazy.
I've been getting that, you know what I mean? And that's really, it really like, I don't, like I said, from the first day I wanted to explain myself and I still... Right
you
now,
can't say
I can't
everything,
even
right?
Explain myself. I really would just love to tell y'all that I didn't do it. Like it's like, I didn't touch nobody. First of all, let's get it clear. These girls were not minors. All right, they're well over the age limit of anything. You know what I mean? Boop bop bang. So it was not like that type of shit. Boom. And then, like, bro, I don't hold women down to take nothing from them, bro. The most I would take with a girl is a picture, bro. Like, for real, bro. That's the most I'm going to take from a girl. You know what I mean? It's a picture. It's not from her. Take with her is a picture, bro. I'm not about to... I just know it's not necessary. You know what I mean? So, the truth will come out, man. And I'm confident that, you know what I mean? Because I know what the fuck happened. I know what I did, bro. You know what I mean? I'm good with my shit. My people good with it. My girl good with it. My family stand behind me. My city stand behind me. My hood, my niggas, everybody else from that I've been fucking with from Atlanta, Chicago, Cali, they still fuck with me. Y'all fuck with me. My man Zach, everybody, my shit the same way, bro. You know what I mean? Them little people that read the affidavit from somebody who woke up, you could believe what you want, bro, because I still ain't never get to really, you know what I mean, say my affidavit or nothing, you know what I mean, type shit.
Do you feel like in your career, though, you kind of got to lay low at this point? Like, you can't just be out there being the superstar that you want to be because of the fact that you still kind of have this hanging over your head?
Nah, I feel like I'm getting blackballed because of shit. Because for real, with the shit with my manager and shit, like, I wanted to explain about that shit. Like, I woke up the next morning with... after being on a run that whole, like from that text, from when they text me that day, boom, that's when the media got into that shit. So the next day after that shit, that's when I woke up to Fader had talked to him. I hadn't talked That was the last you saw. You
Yeah,
just Adam,
that's the
you
last
just
text.
Did that, and if you read anything before that, you would have seen how he texted, and you just saw that that was police telling me not to come to my shit. That was the last time I ever talked to that man. You know what I mean? Boom. I wake up the next day and he talked to Fader. So he don't even know what I never talked to him about what's going on. So how the fuck you talk to Fader and telling them what's going on? Boo Bop Bing. What he told them was I had a show and this, that, and the third, and he got canceled. And I didn't even know I didn't have a manager the next day, bro. I woke up to this shit like, you know what I mean? But I know where it come from because he's a white boy and his mother lawyer, his mother and his father lawyer, and I know how his mother think. It's like, weigh your options out. Do you think, you know what I mean, that you could still probably do something with this little black boy or something like that? And he probably like, fuck no. That's why they left me. My whole management team left me in Texas. Somebody else flew down there to come get me out, come get my lawyer and help me get home and all that other shit. My whole management team left me down there. They was like, nah, I got family back home and all this other shit. Rolled out, boo bop bang. So yeah, I was down there, boo bop banging on a humble.
So when you say being blackballed, do you mean like, because you were starting to get some like mainstream looks, like you're on the Makonnen mixtape, you're starting to get, you're in the Rocky
not
video.
Not the artist, it's the media.
Oh, the media, okay.
Because my manager, he wasn't nobody before me. Like, I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but he's not.
I don't know him, but I feel like
he wasn't nobody. He's just a cameraman. Okay. He shot all my videos.
Okay.
And he just managed me, boo bop bing. But he was getting plugs with like XXL and everybody that I ever had a hookup with. It was, you know what I mean, because of my name, but he kept the contacts, you know what I mean? Right. Like, I never talked to them motherfuckers. He was talking to them motherfuckers type shit. So once he stopped fucking with me, he took them plugs and ran with it because I don't know who the fuck he was talking to type shit, you know what I mean? So he ran off with them plugs. So, like, we just try to contact XXL and Complex and Fader and Vice and all them motherfuckers that was just fucking with us. They like, nah, we were just hollering at him. And we like, he not my manager no more. They like, oh, nah, we get back to you. We get back to you. And they like, nah. So I'm getting blackballed through the media with that shit right there. You know what I mean? And the crazy thing is, once the shit happened and how the media played with me that after that South by Southwest shit, I never wanted to talk to the media again. I wanted to just let my music do the talking and shit, you know what I mean? But, you know what I mean, the media play a big role in this shit, you know what I mean? And still with me reaching out, that's me. Like, everybody who know me, know I don't reach out to nobody. Like, anybody who asks me for a feature or Rocky Dance, they ask me for this shit, you know what I mean? I never ask nobody for nothing. Like, song, I don't ask niggas to do shit. I do my own music and shit like that, you know what I mean? So, you would already know, you know what I mean? But, like, that shit, them niggas crazy, bro.
But does it fuck with you in the head, or does it bother you to have everybody talking all this shit about you for a certain period of time, or were you just strong enough mentally to not give a fuck?
Nah, at first that shit fucked me up. Like, it was like, damn, because I knew how fans would turn on your ass and shit. Like, I already knew that shit from the GoGo. Like, if this band disrespect you, then they on you. Or if this, even in the rap shit, if this man disrespect you, then your fans like, oh, what you gonna do? You know what I mean? Shit like that. But it was like, I didn't know people were so stupid to how the judiciary system work and how the system work and how these people get you. And not even that, just how the shit work. They was like, oh, he's guilty because of what somebody said. That's not even went to court or been verified as facts or anything. Like, they could say any fucking thing. Mm-hmm. I could say anything right now, and you know what I mean? It could be anything, you know what I mean? So it's like that. And like how you said, the girl would be like, if you listen to Gleesh, you're fucking shit. Boo bop bang, this, that, and the third. I seen the tweet, a girl went off and she went on how she got raped and how she compared this shit to my shit. I'm like, baby girl, you don't even know. I ain't tweet to her or whatever. I'm just sitting there looking at her. I'm like, but look, bro, I ain't do that shit.
Yeah.
I didn't drug them girls up. I wasn't with them all day. I didn't know them. I didn't touch them. When it wasn't like that. I didn't hold them down for nothing. I didn't take nothing. You know what I mean? It wasn't like that.
It's the worst possible situation to be in as a guy, because rape is such a fucked up crime that as soon as you're accused, it's like, you know, it could ruin your life just from an accusation.
Just
like
your name on it. Like,
plus, to be a successful black rapper, have the accused be a white girl in the fucked up state of Texas, You got 3 strikes against you. How did it affect your work ethic? Because that was like 2 swords stuck in you. Not only the accusation, but then your management team leaving. How did that affect your work ethic from that point on?
I really just wanted to get back to work so I could put it in the music, but it wasn't work that way like that. You know what I mean? I was fucked up. I had to put more effort into. I had to put finances and shit to lawyers and all this other shit trying to get, you know what I mean, all my shit trying to get my shit back right where I could be, you know what I mean, doing anything. And then like now that's why I moved out here. I need studio time. I just been trying to find studios.
Oh, so you out here for good?
Yeah, I live out here now. Like,
okay.
Yeah. But DC, there ain't that many studios, and it's so saturated. The area is so saturated that there's so many rappers that they booked up all day, so they don't have time for niggas like, you know what I mean, me who need this many hours and gonna work like this hard and shit, you know what I mean? So it's like, boom, I just need to get back work. It wasn't like, the shit took a toll on me as far as like, damn, man. Like, I knew not to trust these niggas anyway. Like, it wasn't even about that. It was more like, I ain't know I could be put in a situation like this. This is what I never expected. I'd take a murder charge or some other shit, like some shit, whatever the fuck. Some street shit, bro. I know some street shit. I just ain't never expect no shit like that.
Because if you killed somebody, you would have got dragged less than getting accused
Ben
of a rape.
Roethlisberger really, is any confirmed in that shit, a fact that he did this shit?
Who?
Ben Roethlisberger.
What did he do? Who's
he
that?
Raped the
quarterback for
from the Steelers. He raped the girl. He realized he still played for the Steelers. Michael Vick said accused of killing dogs, and he went to jail and got thrown through the joint. I read an Instagram joint the other day. A police officer raped 15 to 13 black women and is on paid leave, out on bond, and nobody in the news has reported on this shit yet.
Yeah.
A white man.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you feel like you got extra like criticism because of the fact that you're black, you're a rapper, and that you kind of talk about all the street shit in your music, so people liked filling in the blanks and saying, look, he's saying he's a scumbag, and now look at this?
Yeah, most definitely. But, you know, it's all, the truth won't come out, brother. So I ain't, like I said, I know what the fuck I did, bro. The truth gonna come out. Baby girl gotta deal with her own demons. And, you know what I mean? That's just the way life goes, you know what I mean? I ain't the first one. I ain't the first black man in Texas that looked at a white lady and got drugged down the road, literally, you know what I mean? I won't be the last, so, you know what I mean?
And that's what's crazy about it, too, though, is when that girl said that, my other argument was, yo, if we're going to stop listening to every musician who's ever been accused of rape, then nobody can listen to Tupac, number one. Because Tupac went to jail for multiple years for rape. So, I mean, I'm riding with you either way, but at the same time, I just don't think that an accusation is a reason to write off.
I got an R. Kelly tattoo on my chest.
He does. That's real shit.
I love R. Kelly.
Hey, so on some positive shit, can you tell me about dancing in the A$AP Rocky Multiply video? Because he gave you like 10, or what is it, probably like 40 seconds of just him dancing his ass off.
That was Yams.
Oh, so Yams was a believer in you, huh?
Yeah, Yams was
How'd you first start talking to him?
It was Barry.
Oh, okay.
A$AP Barry. I was, what was it? Boom. Oh, this when Chief keep trying to sign me, or fake was signing me and shit. If nobody know, I started that gotta glow up one day shit. They had the Glory Boys and shit, and I was just like, oh, gotta glow up one day, boop, bop, bang. But that's another story.
And they ran with it.
Yeah,
boop, bop, bang. Okay.
But Sosa was trying to sign me, so I flew out to Chicago and shit. But before I got with Sosa, I was chilling with Fredo, fucking with Fredo and shit. So Fredo took me up to live event. It was Wiz Khalifa tour, Smoked Out, some shit, one of them joints and shit. They had A$AP or somebody in there. They had Barry in them on the tour or something like that. So Barry had already been hip to my music because he's like one of them type of niggas. Him and Ian Connor, they always
they know.
Listen to, you know what I mean, know every fucking thing, you know what I mean? So they, you know what I mean? So they was hip, but when he seen me, he was like, oh, what's up, fool? I've been, you know what I mean, hip to you and shit, boop, bang. And then he just started putting them on to me, like, throughout Yams and shit. Like, Yams would be like, Yams would quick to pick up on shit, too, you know what I mean? So, Yams, boom, bang. And throughout my progressive me murdering shit, like, I moonwalked on Santos stage in New York and shit, on water on the stage and shit, you know what I mean? I started becoming prolific and shit for that, you know what I mean? So that shit just kept going, and Yams was like, you know, he's innovating. He sees the future, you know what I mean? He knew, like, yeah, that's the hot thing right there. That's the thing. And to this day, Rocky still is like, Mo, you have to dance. You have to dance. I'm about to, you just have to dance. Don't worry about rapping, just dance. Like, for real, he be like, literally trying to get me in a movie for dancing and shit and trying to, like, just give me the dance. Like, bro, that's your thing. Bobby, like, and I hate to say, he be like, Bobby Shmurda in, bro, but you got to dance now. You got to dance. Bobby Shmurda's in, so you got to dance your ass off. I was like, yeah, you crazy.
That's crazy. What about that Chief Keef, though? Like, how'd you come to know him?
They fuck with Trel and well, it was like they was. I
don't know
how they linked up. It was the nigga Black Style, Trel cameraman and shit, and Sosa had a show. I don't remember.
You in the Sicko video, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy though, because you think of Sosa as not fucking with anybody on some rap shit. Like, he got friends.
That's why I want to say. That's why I keep saying I don't know. I don't know if he looked up to them or not. I don't know. I don't know. But he already fucked with Trel and they whole little movement and shit. So when he got off house arrest and his first couple shows, one of them was in D.C. He came down there and then we showed him that D.C. shit. You know what I mean? And yeah, they been fucking with him. Plus he had got into it with some other shit and some street shit, and yeah, and that just like a bonding experience type shit. You know what I mean?
You helped them sort it out.
Yeah, we all work together.
Now that you're out here in LA, are you gonna be chilling with dudes like that more often? You think, Keith and Fredo? Are you still down with them?
Yeah, I fuck with them. I just went ball out Tato. What day was that? 2 days ago. Gino Marley, Juice, all that. Yeah, I'm about to go see Fredo when my car get here. He just live too fucking far. He live all the way out there.
All the way out in the valley, right?
Yeah, it's too far for me. I ain't catching no Uber out there. I'm gonna drive to his ass when my car get in 2 weeks.
What about, as long as we're talking about your famous friends, how'd the Makonnen cosign come in?
Bro, how the Makonnen? I don't know. My manager was listening to his ass or something. Like, when I came to do the dance, when I danced for the video on Rocky shit, the first joint, not the second one. And then I think Yams was out there playing that shit like, it's my party, I bring Molly to the party or some shit, that joint right there, right? And I went home and my manager was playing that shit and I was like, man, I just heard that shit. Then he played the Going Up on Tuesday. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, hey. He cranked it like he was singing and all. I was like, Mo, he cranked this shit up. What the fuck is this? I need this joint. So I was like, boom. I just had to get his ass to download me his tapes and shit. And he did his little research and found out his old music and all that other shit and happened to know, like, you know what I mean, it wasn't nothing to get his manager and shit. Because at the time, he wasn't even...
It wasn't popping like that,
it wasn't even nothing to get. I was already...
So you recognize the talent in Makonnen right away?
Yeah, most definitely not.
Me too, man. I love him.
Nah, I fuck with y'all, for real.
He's dope.
He one of the only niggas I follow on Instagram. If you don't realize, I don't follow nobody on Instagram. I follow him. Fuck with him.
Oh, this is another term that I forgot to ask about, the working with the work. You really been running with that one. What's working with the work all about?
That just was working with the work. That's just a term I just came up with. It just made sense. Like, I probably heard it from Gucci. I don't know. And I probably, a lot of my shit was Gucci influenced.
Right.
Without him even saying it, it probably just would sound just like some shit he would say. I don't know, working with the work. It's some shit I always just say, dropping blocks, working with the work. Like, it's repetitive.
Yeah.
So if I keep saying it, you're going to believe me.
But you've always seen the value in that of just repeating stuff?
I learned that from Boosie. Like,
yeah.
He always said the same shit over and over. Red, green, yellow, charger. Red, green, yellow, charger, red, green. And he had the red, green, yellow, charger in all his videos. So it's like, oh, my God, I believe it. You keep saying working with the work, they going to believe you working with the work. You keep saying booth, they going to believe you work booth. You keep saying...
Do you make up booth, or is that from your neighborhood?
Nah, it's D.C. term. But I think... I'm going to explain. In D.C., we didn't care about anybody else slang or any of that other shit. So we not even thinking about that shit back in the day. Booth just means stink. It means like something stink. It's like, I ain't take a shower in the food. I'm boofing. Like, you know what I mean? Or like, you boofing. Like, you boofing. Yeah. So when Gucci was like Loud Pack, I was like, I ain't about to keep sounding like him. We ain't from Atlanta. I got booth batch. And when I was serving loud and shit with the gas and shit, I was calling it booth. So instead of me saying loud and sounding like anybody else, I would sound like myself. You know what I mean? And shit like that.
What you say? You don't want this one still recording. No, you gotta turn that one up. Yeah, thank you.
How important is it to change, to not stay the same in hip hop?
As far as what?
As far as going a different path, like what you were just talking about, using different terms. How do you think that affects how people perceive you?
I feel like a lot of motherfuckers sound like me.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. The swagger jacking, because he's had some people biting swag.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of motherfuckers sound like me. But I mean, on the ride over, I was just feeling inspired. Sometimes I have my Kanye spike. I have my spikes up and down. Like sometimes I'm really salty about it, and then I feel like, oh yeah, you know what I mean. I feel good about it, but I always feel like I don't get enough homage. I mean, get enough recognition for my shit or for the influence that I influence people with. Like, cause I pay a lot of influence for the shit that people influence me with. You know what I mean? I'm never ever gonna lie about it. If I didn't make up a word, I ain't gonna tell you that everything is mine. Like mine. I'm like, no, it's not mine. That shit is that, and this is that, and that's theirs, and this is that. Like, thought he was. A lot of people like, oh, thought he was. That's the nigga Uchi. I ain't really fucking with him right now because he's still with the slutty boys. But that's some real shit. Y'all would think that GBE or anybody just like, oh, you thought he was. The nigga Uchi made that shit up. You know what I mean? Some shit like that. So I love to pay homage to this shit like that. But I feel like niggas don't give me my credit for the shit that I came up with.
Why'd you call the new tape Free Gucci?
Because I feel like niggas don't give him his credit. I feel like everybody sound like him. I feel like nobody gives him his credit. Like, me, Future, Migos, any rapper after that, you know what I mean? Like sounds like that, man. Like, after Gucci came out, a lot of niggas took his flows. The nigga had so many different flows that I feel like niggas took just one flow from one of his songs and made their whole career off of that shit. Now, I ain't just talking about the Migos, you know what I mean? I'm talking about me. I'm talking about Future. I'm talking about a bunch of other motherfuckers. I feel like Chief Keef. I feel like a bunch of motherfuckers have stolen, man. Just took his shit and don't pay him homage. So I felt like that was me paying my homage back to that man type shit. You know what I mean? As much as I look up to him, it's like, even with me falling out with him, it's like, yeah, boom. Gucci.
What do you think it's going to be like when he gets out?
I don't know.
It's going to be wild to see what moves he makes because he's going to have every option, every opportunity.
Any other time Gucci be in jail, right? He be getting weight. He get fat and look straight.
Yeah.
But I seen some pictures of him. He ain't looking too good. So he might be. You never know with WAP, man.
You think he's not looking good? I think he looks great. I think he looks like he's not doing drugs.
I like the fat Gucci. Like, big Gucci, man, because that's when you know he in control of shit. This one, if he come out skinny, he gonna be on some shit. I'm telling you, Gucci can be too skinny for you, motherfuckers.
See, he's on stage fat as fuck, just with the finger in the air. I want to see him jumping up and down like fucking Fred Durst. That's if he comes out of jail doing some.
You talking about shows? I'm talking about street shit.
Okay.
He gonna come home off his little. I need everything. He gonna come home, boy. He gonna be off his nut. I'm telling you, he come home off his skinny shit. He gonna be off his nut, man. Niggas ain't gonna like that skinny Gucci. That's what I predict.
Man, when he comes home, hopefully his management or whoever he's with can keep him under control this time around. Keep him in an environment where he don't get arrested, don't have to break a fucking champagne bottle over a Marine's head or whatever that's situation
Gucci,
was.
Man, that's him. I seen him do that shit he do it for no reason. Like, he just don't. If you don't know you walk up on him, he gonna attack you. And then back where he from in Atlanta, he don't have to attack you. Everybody else around him gonna attack you. They not even gonna let you get up. They gonna, hey man, nah. And you be like, hey Gucci got it. Boop, boop, boop. And like, hey, they told you no. I seen it happen multiple times. You know what I mean? That bottle in the club shit ain't the first. That nigga just the first one to press charges about this shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And Gucci don't even be busting the bottles over a nigga head in the club. You know what I mean? It be somebody else doing this shit. You know what I mean? Because that's Gucci. You know what I mean? Be deep as fuck.
He really got an army around him because I was reading some article that said that he's got like in his house or in the studio, there'll be dudes who've never even met him, but they have the Brick Squad face tattoos and all this shit because they just are so committed to like him, but they never even met him.
Yeah, that too. But he got niggas that, like, anybody that still don't fuck with him still fuck with him.
Right.
So, cause everybody know, and especially in Atlanta, from what I seen, that like it's like they hate him and they love him at the same time. So he might have did some shit to some certain niggas, but they still gonna fuck with him at the end of the day because that's Gucci. And he done did more shit than the negative shit that he did to you. He done did more positive shit for you than the negative shit. So at the end of the day, you overlook that shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, fuck that shit ain't really about nothing because I remember the shit you did for me. You know what I mean? So it's like, that shit don't be about, he Gucci. It's Gucci, man.
So what are the moves you plan on making now that you out here in L.A.?
I don't want to keep telling everybody my shit because everybody be stealing my shit. I'm on some shit, but I'm about to record. I'm about to go crazy with a bunch of shit. I'm about to let my music speak for itself, not talk to the media type shit. I'm going to do some interviews and shit.
That's why I'm so glad we got this one because we got a chance to really let the man tell his side of the story, you know?
We still haven't made him cry yet.
I don't think we're going to get there.
Boom. Go crazy musically. Fashion, I want to jump into fashion heavy, but I got to let my music talk for my, you know what I mean, so I get that influence enough so I can get back into fashion heavy. Then once that, then I want to do a movie. But I don't want to do no punk-ass street gangster shitbag anything movie. I want to do a real live movie.
Hell yeah.
Like, what's the plot? Do you have the plot thought out?
Nah. I want it to be that modern type feeling like Spring Breakers, Project X, Dope, Straight Outta Compton. You know how it was funny at first? All the movies I just named was funny at first. Like, it's like, oh, it turned out it was fun. It's everything's good. Then one thing happened, it's like, oh, da-da, you know what I mean? The music changed and all that. And it's like, oh, serious? And then at the end of the movie, you feel good about it, like the moral, you know what I mean? I want a movie like that. You feel good at the end of this shit, not just some, gang banging, some shit, predictable shit. Oh, he stole my drugs and I gotta kill everybody. That shit be stupid.
Hell yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
20 billion and up.
Right about that 30,000.
I'm finna finesse the shit out this shit now.
You rather finesse or jug?
I'd rather finagle.
I seen you. One of the old, what's the old ones called? Like the 3-part series or whatever? That was one of the words that said on the screen. Yeah, the Gleesh Chronicles said finagle on the screen, yeah.
Finagle. Finagle for everybody. That's for yourself.
Yo, that's what's up. Yo, you're talking about he's gonna show this to his lawyer or whatever, but I want to put it out tomorrow. But I guess we can discuss that. I think the streets need to hear this. They need to know what Gleesh has been up to.
Yeah, but you don't want to make this man mad either.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we can talk.
All right, so Gleesh, you got any shout-outs you want to give before we end this?
On some shit, man.
Hey, appreciate that, bro.
We on some shit, man. That's what we doing, man. We on some shit. Shout out to on some shit, man. Gleesh shit bad shouty in the house. I'm be sliding through because I like y'all little shit and dig, man.
Hey, I appreciate that.
We'll get you on a BMX bike.
Yeah. Shout out to Fuck the Population as well. My man Zach over here. He wanted to be on this shit, but he couldn't find a V for Vendetta mask.
Yeah, nah, my man don't want to show his face. He's real anti-social.
He's a real weirdo.
Yeah, he worse than me.
I can't believe they got him to interview. Let me interview him.
Thank you so much for your time. This was awesome. Thanks to everybody for listening. Be sure and follow us on Instagram and Snapchat, and follow this man on Instagram as well.
Anybody who knows me knows that I have gone through periods of my life where I listened to so much Yung Gleesh that it was legitimately annoying everybody else in my life. I had a girl who really was like pissed, like. She's like, you have to play something else. It's not okay that you just have been listening to this tape 100 times.
I understand, but I thought I was crazy because my girl would be like, why do you listen to yourself so much? Like, oh my God, I just didn't understand. And I mean, I don't like to listen to anybody else for real. Like,
almost every rapper I know listens to themselves like crazy. I actually was listening to a Currency interview the other day, and he said he don't listen to himself, and I was like, oh well, he's the rare one that doesn't do that.
Nah.
Can we open the show with We Riding?
We Riding?
His song,
Who Riding?
Who Riding?
In the
Yeah, 3-5, we got the stat. We riding in the back.
See?
That's what's up. All right, thank you, Gleesh. We appreciate it, man.
Thank you, brother.
Hey. Beautiful. Yeah. Appreciate that, bro. That was amazing.
Thank you
so much. Fresh out.